Hi, Kyle here. I'm working on my 2011 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab. This is the LT, and I'm just gonna give you the thorough rundown of what happens to an intermittent window regulator. Um, so, I don't have kids, and I'm getting married in 3 months. Thank the Lord, she's a keeper. I love her. Um, Any hooser, I'm pretty much the only guy that drives this truck, and I tend to be 99% of the time the only one getting in. So most of the doors that are opening is, of course, the driver's side front door. Okay, so my problem was the window regulator stopped working, and then it started working again. And as I pushed my button to lower and raise the window, um, it would just be intermittent. It would work sometimes and sometimes it wouldn't at all. So before I took apart this door, which is a huge job, I mean, you can do it, but there's a lot of pieces and it takes a lot of time. To fix the intermittent, one quick test you can do is the harness that powers everything in the door, your speaker, your window buttons here, your door locks, all that. You got a harness right here, which goes from the door to the fuse block right here, your A-pillar, almost your A-pillar. So fuse block's right in here. Sorry about the lighting. But anywho, so I decided to just grab the harness and just give it a little wiggle. And guess what? My window regulator, it would function if I angled it the right degree, if I twisted it just right. The wire had actually, well, multiple wires had actually broke, and when I would move that harness, the wires would actually come in contact again. So I'm going to walk you through real quick on how to check out your harness and remove it from the fuse block here. So what you're going to have to do is, first thing I did was, this is a little floor trim piece that's got 1, 2, 3, 4 fasteners on it, 4 little clips you can see right there, and this actually just kind of pops in place, so you can just pull right up and it pops right out. That was pretty simple. And then you got another trim piece right here, which mounts where your parking, or where your hood release cable is. So this guy, it's got only 2 tabs on it, and it mounts just right in there. You can pull straight back, and it came out no problem. So after you do that, because you don't want to take apart the door, because I'm assuming 99% of the time it's going to be your harness. And the reason why that's my conclusion, is because your door is constantly pivoting, right? It opens and closes, and that harness is doing this. So what that mimics is like a paper clip, and if you bend it too many times, it's going to break. So I apologize for the list, but I actually just came back from a dentist, and I decided to work on my truck tonight, so I'm kind of numb. Anyways, I'll show you what I found on my harness, okay? And hopefully I get a good picture in here. So there's my harness. You can see right there, I've got a bunch of broken wires. I've got 2 complete broke wires, and I've got a bunch of them that are cracked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to splice into these, extend the wires, just get some more wire and extend it good 3-4 inches, and tape this up real good. That way I can have a little bit more play in the door, and hopefully I don't have to do this for a long time or never again. But I'll walk you through the rest of the procedure. You've got this harness right here, which actually feeds into where this is called your IP right here. This whole instrument panel, it's your IP. Wire harness goes through the wall here, and then it feeds from down here, comes up, and then it connects to this guy right here. Then you've got one that connects into there, and you've got another one that connects right where'd it go? Oh, right down here. So You've got 3 connections you have to undo. They're pretty simple. Push the tab down, pull the clip out, and you've got 2 rows of buds. If you can see right here, these actually just kind of push in place into the IP frame, which is right here. So once you got the wire, all the connections disconnected and the rose buds pulled out, you can actually pull it through your wall here, and now you have all this wire to play with, and you can extend it and do what you want. So anywho, this is obviously going to fix it because I've got a bunch of broke wires. I've got 2 complete broke wires connections, and then I also have 2 or 3 other wires that have cracks in them, and they're going to break soon as well, so I'm going to have to splice into those as well. So yeah, not a hard job at all. You can do it. Just have a little bit of faith. Hopefully this video gives you enough to get started, and hopefully you can solve your intermittent window regulator issue as well. But like I said, step 1, shake the harness between the door and the block. You'll see it right down here. Just give it a nice little shake, twist it, a couple times while you're pushing your window regulator button down or up, whatever, just to see if it kicks on. If it does, that's your problem. So I hope this helps you, and everybody have a great night. If you have any comments or questions, leave them, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And yeah, you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.